Many years ago, I was seated with my wife among at least 50 people in an entrepreneurial course. Now, the trainer on the stage started to introduce some seemingly prominent people on the floor among us. Now she says, "Ladies and gentlemen, please meet so-and-so. She is a popular life coach with tons of clients," she said. And soon after, we were introduced to a wealth trainer, a health coach, 2 marketing trainers, a property trainer, and I think no less than 3 other coaches to do with mental or spiritual well-being. Whoa, I mean, there are really a lot of trainers and coaches, and boy, what good hands will my wife and I be in. And so we thought, hey, this is Different Calling, and this is My Thoughts Season 2. Now, I'm not joking about that story. If anything, I understated the number of trainers and coaches in that course. To say I wasn't a bit intimidated was a lie. I was impressed by these qualified trainers and coaches who were out to change and impact people's lives. And what talent they had that could potentially help my wife and I in our property investment, financial planning, mental health and spiritual well-being, and our forte, marketing. But you know what? After experiencing, or shall I say, exposed to hundreds of trainers or coaches since I started my entrepreneurial journey in 2014, I now understand what it really takes to be a trainer or coach. So allow me to share my own journey, because aside from being a video production company owner, I was also a trainer and a coach. Surprise? So how did I attain these credentials? Well, it all started when I wrote our first book. Yes, I am an author too, 2 times in fact. So go watch that episode on One Day Author if you haven't, because you'll blow your mind on how tainted the book writing industry has become recently. Anyway, I digress. So after I wrote my first book and gave away a whole lot, I attracted the attention of a trainer. He was intrigued by my journey from being a civil servant to a business owner. So he invited me to speak on his platform. But he discovered that my wife and I could do Facebook marketing. And well, since the book is on this topic too, he gave me a stage to train his followers on this topic. And voila, just like that, I became a trainer. Now that was in late 2016, a mere 3 months after I left my civil service career. And since then, I've conducted close to 100 workshops or courses, both live in person or over Zoom. And I even got the chance to be on stage in Malaysia and Cambodia. And the biggest stage that I've ever talked on is around 300 plus people. And actually it was quite harrowing for me, really. Well, in any case, till now, I have trained and spoken to at least 2,500 people, or as they say in trainer talk, changed or impacted the lives of 2,500 people. Now at this point, if you haven't got my reads, do continue to listen to my story. So having trained people on stage in front of a class or over Zoom, the next natural step is to go into coaching, because there will be a percentage of those who were trained to be interested to get more from me. And so I became a coach to a few dozen people as soon as about 1 year after I started training. Now, if you still don't get what I'm alluding to, let's just focus on my personal journey. Now, I became a trainer 3 months after leaving my career. And then I was called a coach just 1 year later. Now, if I can be a trainer and coach that easily, how long, or more accurately, how much experience do those wealth trainer, health mentor and spiritual coaches, marketing trainers and property trainer need before they were bestowed upon the title themselves? My point is this: anyone can call themselves a trainer or coach, however they want. There isn't any formal accreditation or certification in our market of personal development. Well, actually, there is, but my point is anyone can bestow upon themselves the title of a trainer or coach. So at this point, am I saying that trainers and coaches are frauds? No, of course not. I'm just saying that the real trainers and coaches, their reputations, their brands, their years of practice and hard work, those are all tarnished from some new kid out of a business guru workshop with a new title of life coach, just because he went through some trauma in life and emerged victorious. And someone who bought 4 properties in Johor, Phnom Penh, or Makati City, I mean that's in Philippines by the way, they just can call themselves a property investment trainer. Or worse, someone who makes a fluke 20,000 overnight, from a search on Bitcoin price. He dared to call himself a crypto expert. Now in fact, I've seen gurus preaching people to avoid learning from certified trainers and coaches because they are deemed to be too academic, as what they teach are, too textbook in nature. While I can attest to that, having gone through several government accredited courses, the fact is that there are many unqualified trainers and coaches out there that are just fluffing their way to success. It actually pains me to see what state has the adult education industry come to today. They say we are in the age of the great resignation. And I half suspect many of those who left their jobs and careers have been influenced by those guru trainers or coaches to do so. And you know what? Those who quit, many became trainers and coaches, teaching what they did before as employees. I mean, I've seen data trainers who teach learners how to crunch data, accounting coaches who are literally just offering bookkeeping services, and this very fancifully titled one, transformation coaches, who turn your life in a mess to a life into a message to others. There are so many other trainers and coaches whom I see their ads on YouTube, specifically those who teach others to get rich quick on literally anything, selling ebooks, trading stocks, drop shipping, setting up a social media marketing agency, even becoming a trainer or coach overnight. This really puts the industry in bad light. Okay, let's just say that all these people can really get their students results. But how many? Just think about this. Now, if a flying instructor have one pilot trainee crash to his death, in his test flight, he probably will be condemned. But then it's okay for most trainers and coaches today to have a failure rate of 99% or even higher, so long as he can keep shouting about that 1 in 100 students who succeeded. The industry has become so distasteful that I no longer consider myself a trainer or coach. Yes, I can instruct and teach people about video production or share my philosophies in entrepreneurship, but I don't like to be called a trainer or coach to these disciplines anymore. So my friends, what does it take to be a trainer or coach? Well, that's the initial question for this video. Well, you remember those trainers and coaches that I was surrounded by in my course years ago? Now, all it takes is for someone else to call you one, to bestow that title upon you. You don't need any accreditation or certification so long as you dare to stand on stage, be sharing something to an audience over Zoom, or give some instructions to a learner on a consistent basis. How? So would you like to be a trainer or coach now? Well, like I said, I need to caveat that I have nothing against real trainers or coaches who have the substance. I guess those who take offense to what I'm sharing in these videos, they are probably the ones who don't. And so, I hope that you have learned something in this video. And if you like it, help me with the usual, okay? The like, the subscribe, and the notifications. So if you enjoyed watching this episode, you might like to watch the other videos in this series, such as how you can be an author in one day, or last week's episode on how many business actually succeed eventually. So stay tuned to the last episode in this series in the next video. I'm different, Colin. Why be different when you can be different? I'll see you then.